We will now move on to our awards presentation. It is now my honor to present the James M. Ragland Volunteer Spirit Community Service Award. Established in 1994, this award was created to honor the contribution of the many public volunteers in the city of Ashland. It is presented annually in memory of James M. Ragland, who was an Ashland City Council President, Planning Commissioner, and Community Visionary, whose dedication and volunteerism was a major influence in the order and beauty that is Ashland today. Past recipients of the award have included individuals, volunteer groups, and organizations that have made significant contributions to Ashland in a variety of ways. This year, we have one award winner, Charissse Sydoriak. Charisse, oh yeah, we're going to do this several times. Charisse has dedicated an unbelievable amount of time, over 3,000 hours and counting, to Ashland's wildfire mitigation efforts after a career in fire management at the federal level. Charisse shares her whole self and is one of our most reliable and dedicated volunteers. Here are just a few of the accomplishments and ongoing projects Charisse is contributing to. She initiated and co-developed the Wildfire Risk Assessment Program that trains volunteers who have now performed over 300 wildfire risk assessments at people's homes throughout Ashland for free. She designed a database tool that helps people select appropriate plants for their yard. Charisse became an integral part of the team to rewrite the Ashland Community Wildfire Protection Plan. And in this ongoing effort, she has co-authored the successful grant for $250,000 to update the plan, assembled a CWPP project guide to help community members and staff navigate the plan update process, which is no small thing if you've seen one of these plan processes. She also serves as community liaison and co-lead on the CWPP team and leads a work group coordinating other volunteers to help interview members of socially vulnerable populations and develop strategies to reduce their wildfire risk. Charisse has interviewed over 150 households in this demographic, knocking on doors and navigating difficult conversations with a segment of the population that is often overlooked in traditional outreach and communication. Charisse and her husband designed and summarized 3 public surveys that are being used to gauge wildfire awareness and attitudes among Ashland citizens. She has performed over 75 wildfire risk assessments on properties in Ashland herself, a process that takes approximately 3 hours of preparation, time on site, and reporting. Charisse has been a lead instructor for the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute for the past 5 years, teaching classes about forest and wildfire safety that have featured local experts, including Charisse herself. She has transformed her own property into a wildfire mitigation example at significant cost and work. She regularly offers up her home and property for educational opportunities to help others achieve fire readiness. Charisse and her husband Walter are frequent hosts to traveling musicians who play concerts in Ashland. She has made it a top priority in her volunteer work to ensure that vulnerable residents are heard and their issues are promoted in the planning and implementation of any fire prevention, funding, and work. Her broader work on wildfire issues helps put Ashland in a position to be one of the most forward-thinking and acting communities in the country. Charisse inspires people to act and make changes and helps organize the collective work of wildfire mitigation. She is what could be summarized best as a community change agent who has helped to highlight ways we can improve the equitable participation of all citizens in wildfire risk reduction. I have had the good pleasure of working with Charisse myself, and I can't tell you how pleased I am to be giving her this award this evening. I would like to, at this point, invite Chris Chambers up. He's going to share just some brief reflections of working directly with Charisse.
Thank you, Mary Graham. I'm really, really pleased to be here to help honor Charisse. She and I have worked countless hours together just over the past year And if we are a dynamic duo, she is certainly the Batman and I'm the Robin in the relationship. Her leadership, what she has brought to the table to this community, the depth that she cares about how we are all going to survive this hotter, drier, and more fiery future is really incredible to behold. The kind of work, the kind of discussions that we have are the kinds of things that most of you probably don't want to think about on a daily basis, and how you're going to evacuate, what happens if my house burns down, all the unpleasantries that we see in the news. And we have to have those discussions and make plans about that every single day. And her fortitude to withstand that, be resilient, come to meetings every day, show up, hour after hour after hour is absolutely incredible. And I should also mention that she does not come alone. Her husband, Walter, is part of the partnership with Charisse, and he has also provided countless hours of volunteer time behind the scenes. So thank you, Walter. I didn't want to forget to mention that. So Charisse, it's really an honor to work with you, and I know that this work is not even close to done, and there's a lot more to do. And I know that in the future, your unflinching dedication to this community will, at some point, allow us to step back and say, wow, we just had this horrible fire and we saved our community, and Charisse will be a huge part of that story. So thank you so much.
Counselors? So counselors, if you can come up along this side, and then I'll invite Charisse forward, please. I'm going to stay clear for obvious reasons. But if you can line up over there with Chris as well. And Sabrina will present the award.
Thank you for all the kind words. I would like to suggest that we stay silent for about 10 seconds, not minutes, honoring the thousands of people who have been affected by wildfire, especially since the Paradise Fire in 2018. Tens of thousands of homes have been lost, lives disrupted, and over 200 people have been killed. This is just really hard to really appreciate, and it could happen here in Ashland, which is why we are working on a community wildfire protection plan to help you save yourselves. And just a few seconds. Thank you. And then the last thing I want to do is there are quite a few wildfire risk persons here, people who help people reduce risk, either by doing assessments or physically helping them reduce risks. Could you please stand? I can attest to the passion that they all have. We all need to be passionate on this topic because it's going to be something we have to face, I'm sorry to say, but we can do it as a community. And I'm looking forward to hearing your comments and thoughts when we release the Community Wildfire Protection Plan, because that's the roadmap to our future, and it should be coming out in April.
Thank you, Charisse.